Okay, so this is a video showing the last part of the vertebral column, the sacrum and the coccyx. So this bone right here is the sacrum, and when it's in its proper position, it's right here between the two coxal bones, and it helps form what we call the sacroiliac joint, sacro from sacrum and iliac from ilium. Okay, so here's the bone by itself, and the only feature you have to identify is this tunnel that runs from the top through the bottom. Now on our model, it's a big chunk of plastic. There's really no tunnel there, but this would be called the sacral canal, and that's the only feature you need to know on the sacrum. The final bone is this little tiny bone down there. You can see it right here. This is called the coccyx, C-O-C-C-Y-X, and like the sacrum, it's made of fused vertebrae, and it kind of looks like a little rattlesnake tail, so commonly referred to as the tailbone. Okay, so those are those two. Those were two that I left off of the vertebral column video. Now I want to talk about the sternum. Sorry, I'm walking around grabbing my models here. Okay, so this is the sternum. And the sternum is made of three fused bones. Up here at the top, we have the manubrium, and it ends right here where this crack is. Then we have the body of the sternum. That's bone number 2. So manubrium, body of sternum. And then this little pointy piece on the bottom is called the xiphoid process, and that's spelled X-I-P-H-O-I-D, xiphoid process. So those are the three fused bones of the sternum. And of course, there on the front, these pieces here would represent the costal cartilages, or the cartilages that connect the ribs to the sternum. So I'm going to walk over here to our full-length skeleton, and we're going to go over the ribs. So there are 12 pairs of ribs. To see the first pair, you have to go up here above the clavicle. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11 and 12 are way under here. I don't even know if you can see them. You turn him around a little bit. There we go. 11 and 12. So the first 7 pairs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, each have their own costal cartilage that connects them to the sternum. So the first 7 pairs on each side are called true ribs, or vertebrosternal. So they connect all the way from the vertebra through a single rib, through a single cartilage to the sternum. So vertebrosternal true ribs. Numbers 8, 9, and 10 don't each have their own cartilage. Instead, their 3 cartilages merge into one cartilage that kind of jumps on here. And so these 3 are called false ribs, or vertebrochondral. So they kind of end at a cartilage. We lose their individual identity on the cartilage. So vertebrochondral ribs. And then 11 and 12 here on the back have no cartilage at all. So these two, let's bring them over here. These 2 right here end with no cartilage, and so they are called floating ribs. No special name for those, or just vertebral, I guess. But floating is fine for me. Okay, so those are the bones of the sacrum, the coccyx, the sternum, and the ribs.